Hi, I'm Simon from Fortix. We're here today creating freedom in business with Sherryn, the principal of Marketing Talk. And we're talking about making sense of marketing. Sherryn is a marketing specialist and she helps many businesses grow through marketing. One of her marketing strategies has helped increase sales or business by 45% in 2 months in one untapped market alone. We're here today with Sherryn at the beautiful Tranby House in the Peninsula Tea Gardens in Perth, Western Australia. Welcome, Sherryn.
Thanks, Simon.
Marketing is a very, very competitive market, and how do you think you maintain your skills and your edge in such a fast-changing environment?
It is a lot changes in marketing. It changes constantly, and I think the biggest thing to do is to keep up the PD. So I spend a lot of time, workshopping with other people. I subscribe to gurus worldwide in copywriting and marketing, online specialists, publishers, and personal development specialists. And I think by keeping abreast of what's happening is the best thing that you can do. I probably did 10 to 12 days of workshops of personal development last year just to keep myself upskilled.
Excellent. That must come at quite a big cost to yourself. Do you find that that's one of the best benefits you offer to other businesses?
Oh, I think so. The fact that you're aware of what's happening currently, and that I'll travel a little bit to find that sort of information, and I'll read a lot to find that information, I think it pays off because I think people realise that you're trying to do the best for their business by learning more for yourself.
You help a lot of businesses through workshops and mentoring. Do you think there's a common theme where people actually make a mess or don't particularly get their marketing correct?
I think there's one overriding thing that probably makes a huge difference to all businesses is that people don't look for their best-selling proposition. They don't look for what's unique for themselves, and they don't describe it simply to their workplace. Because if you can express to your clients what's unique about your business, what your point of difference is, what your unique selling proposition is, it's the best way to promote yourself to businesses, because everyone needs to have that competitive, sustainable edge.
This might be a bit of a trick question, but is there an easier way to find out what your unique selling proposition is? Because it seems like a lot of people struggle with just that, regardless of having to know they need to do that.
True. I find things run around in people's head a lot. When you start getting out of your head and start talking to other people and they start asking you, well, why and how and when and why would I need that and what would help me, then you can start to see what it is. But you really need to talk it out and workshop it, because often what's in your head and what you think you provide to your customers morphs into something totally different when you actually ask what your customer needs of you. So the best market research you can ever do is to ask people how they found you, why they found you, what it was about your product that they liked.
That's an interesting point. Do you think that what business owners think their unique selling proposition is actually sometimes totally not what their customers think?
Oh, can often be way off track. And people often don't actually offer a range of choices that people can just pick from automatically. They make one blanket statement, I can do this. But if they were to say, I can do this, this and this for you, then people actually have a call to action and actually can choose that product from you. Often far more successful than just selling yourself as a product, as a brochure, as a whole. It would seem that some people are a bit too general, so getting a unique selling proposition, does that help them focus? Once they've decided on that, do they focus their business more? Oh, absolutely. It's amazing, when you workshop it out with a client and you look at what it is they really do offer and how they promote that to their customers, it can be two totally different things. And that will often explain why people are not getting the business they want, because they're not actually verbalising what that business is.
When you say workshopping, can you run us through a general idea of what you do at a workshop to help people, nut out these problems that they're having?
As a one-on-one with clients, we'll sit down together and look at what it is that makes a difference. And because jigsaws are part of my logo, and I firmly believe that marketing is all about connectivity. It's all about connecting your website, your customer care, your referrals, how you promote your business, how you brand yourself, and how you position yourself as an expert in your field. So everything has to come together to connect. So I have a whole lot of jigsaw pieces that I throw out statements and questions and float ideas on jigsaw pieces, and it often gets people sort of out of their headspace and into having a little bit of fun. So that tends to work on a one-to-one.
Do you find that once people get their jigsaw pieces together, it's a bit of a relief for them? So they it gives them more focus on where they're going and what they're doing?
Oh, absolutely. It's terrific validation when people come back to you after a workshop and say, that was really made a big difference to how I think about myself and how I think about my business and how I want to move forward with my business. Because often people are not thinking about what is it in the next 2 years that they want to do. Yeah.
Do you find that people, once they realise what they're trying to do, they might develop a new product that targets their market better or targets their ideal client better?
Oh, absolutely. I find people get very hung up on price and being a price-driven society, and how do I... everyone compares everything on price, so a good thing to do is to value add and package up so that you're not exactly price comparative to someone else. So it's occasions like that where you get to talk through with clients what else they can do, what else they can package, what else can make a passive income, what can value add to a product range.
I can see businesses, once they get that sorted out, can make a lot more money or at least increase sales, especially with the focus. It'd be hard when you're not sure where you're going. A lot of businesses struggle with their marketing, and it would seem that a lot of businesses kind of market with no idea. Is there a common theme where people, or have you got some tips to help people avoid those common mistakes?
It gets back to the unique selling proposition and knowing what your point of difference is, knowing your niche market, not trying to market to everyone, because marketing is not a one-size-fits-all. You cannot market the same message to different groups in your market because it just will not work. We don't think like that. So to actually realise how you can diversify and spread your market out will make a big difference. I mean, you think about a 21-year-old girl.
Okay.
Not too hard,
okay,
Simon.
fair enough.
So one could be at uni studying on a budget. One could be a 21-year-old with 2 littlies at home. And one could be a qualified lady that travels for her business. If you gave each of them $1,000 to spend, they'd spend it totally differently. So you can't just assume all 21-year-olds are the same.
It obviously seems like it just doesn't work that way. People really need to look at their business and then focus whether it's print marketing or whatever. Do you find that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Marketing is all test and measure, and there's no safeguards, there's no guarantees, and you can spend a lot of money and achieve nothing, and spend a lot of money and achieve a lot. And quite the opposite, you can spend a little and achieve nothing, and little and achieve a lot. So it is all test and measure, and what works one year is not necessarily guaranteed the next year, and what works in one market doesn't work for the next. You really have to find out who your target market is, and you go to where they are, and that's where you market.
Excellent. What do you think would be the key principles that gave you growth in your business?
I think 25 years experience probably has really helped. It's sort of rounded me out a lot, because I've worked state managing multinationals and international businesses, from mining to arts to community partnership brokering to fast-moving consumer goods, and I think that rounds you out pretty much. And 7 years as a state manager of an international market research company here in Perth was probably my best learning curve, because it was really interesting studying customer behaviour and seeing how that slots with marketing. I think probably that was the overriding thing that's made a difference to me, being able to understand, how really to market to your market, whoever your client might be.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sherryn, for sharing those tips and tricks with us. I'm sure most businesses will be able to get something out of that, and we look forward to maybe seeing you again in the future.
Thanks, Simon. I think we should go and have a high tea now, hey?
For sure. Now that I know what high tea is.
Yeah. Thanks.